I almost quit this month. Not the workout, not the meal plan, everything. The business, the coaching, the content, the brand, the whole thing. I almost walked away from it all. And I want to tell you why and what stopped me. This wasn't the month I thought I was going to have. I had a plan, I had a deadline, I had a system. June 13th, I was gonna be 295 pounds, phase 2 complete. That was the vision. Here's what actually happened. I left Gold's Gym and took a property management job. That's my original field. Full-time, desk-based, sitting for 8 hours a day. The scale started bouncing. 310, 314, 318, back to 315, then up to 320. The bourbon was calling. After 2 months of sobriety, the urge came back hard. I started researching GLP-1s at midnight. I was exhausted, not just physically, soul exhausted. And I still trained every single day, but I almost quit anyway. Let me start with the job. I spent 5 months building Food Fitness DC, coaching clients, creating content, building something real. And then my savings ran out and I had to go back to work. First Gold's Gym, now I'm back in commercial real estate. And here's the thing nobody tells you about going back to a desk job when you're in the middle of a transformation. Your body doesn't know you changed environments. It just knows that you're not moving anymore. I went from being on my feet all day at the gym to sitting in an office chair from 8 to 5. My step count dropped over 2,000. The scale responded immediately. And when the scale goes up, everything feels like it's falling apart. Not just the weight loss, everything. And the voice started, you can't even manage your own body. Who are you to coach anyone? I sat with that for 2 weeks. And maybe that's what scared me the most. Not the weight, not the job, not even the bourbon. The thought that maybe I wasn't qualified anymore. That maybe because I wasn't having a perfect month, I had no business helping anyone else. But then I realized something. My clients don't need a perfect coach. They need a coach who knows what it feels like to struggle and keep going. And that's the only thing I've done this entire month. I struggled and I kept going. That's the first 20 pounds. That's the whole thing. I'm not the finish line coach. I'm the first 20-pound coach. I don't teach people how to complete a transformation. I teach them how to start one, how to build a foundation, how to get through that first 20 pounds, the part where most people quit before they even really begin. And I've done that 4 times over. I've lost 95 pounds. That's not one set of first 20 pounds. That's 4. The foundation work, I'm the proof. Not because I'm done, because I'm still here. 310, 314, 318, 315, 320. I watched the scale bounce for 3 weeks straight. I know what that data means. I know about water retention. I know about cortisol from a new job. I know the 5-day average is the only number that matters. I know all of that. And I still stood on the scale every morning hoping for a different answer. Because when you're this deep in a transformation, when you've lost 95 pounds, you're not done yet. Every number feels like a verdict. Up 2 pounds, you failed. Down 2 pounds, you're back on track. That's no way to live. But I couldn't stop. Because when you're in the middle of this, not the beginning, not the end, just the hard, unglamorous middle, the scale is the only thing that feels real. And this month, it kept telling me the wrong thing. I've been sober since March 1st. That was a decision I made because I knew alcohol is one of my demons. One of the things I was using to cope with the hard parts of this journey. I almost made it 3 months, and then May hit. New job stress, scale going in the wrong direction, exhaustion, doubt. And my brain went back to the old solution. Just one drink, just to take the edge off, just to get through the night. But here's the truth. I didn't want bourbon. I wanted relief. I wanted silence. I wanted a break from carrying everything. Bourbon just happened to be the relief that I knew. That's what makes this harder than a diet. You're not just fighting cravings. You're fighting every coping mechanism you've built before you knew better. I didn't drink, but I want to be honest with you about how close it was. Because if I only show you the wins, I'm not showing you the real journey. At midnight one night, I opened my phone and started researching GLP-1s. Ozempic, Wegovy, the whole category. I know the science, I've read the studies, I understand how they work. And sitting there at midnight, scale bouncing, exhausted, 2 months behind on my phase 2 target, I thought, what if this is just a smarter plan? What if I'm torturing myself out of pride? I stayed up for 2 hours reading, and here's where I landed. It's not that I think they're wrong, I don't. But here's what I know about the first 20 pounds. The foundation isn't about what you use. It's about building the habits, the mindset, and the systems that make any tool work. GLP-1 or no GLP-1. If you don't have the foundation, the weight comes back. That's what I teach. That's what I know. That's what I've lived. And I've lost 95 pounds without it. Not because I'm stronger than anybody else, because I built the foundation 4 times over. One first 20 pounds at a time. So I closed the phone and I went to sleep. I need to tell you what exhaustion looks like in the middle of a transformation. I'm not just tired, it's tired of caring. Tired of tracking every gram of protein, tired of planning every meal, tired of getting up at 5:30 when the alarm goes off, tired of the scale, tired of the content, tired of having to be honest about how hard it is, tired about eating chicken 98% of the time, just tired. And that tiredness is dangerous because when you're that tired, quitting stops feeling like failure, it starts feeling like relief. But here's what I do know. Quitting isn't relief. Quitting is just a different kind of pain. I've quit before. I know what that feels like. You stop for a week, then 2 weeks, then 3 months. And then one day, you're 408 pounds, and you don't know how you got back there. I'm not going back there. So I trained, I tracked, I showed up every single day this month, even when I wanted to stop. Even when the scale went the wrong way, even when the bourbon was calling, even when I thought about giving up on all of it, I kept going. Not because it felt good, not because I had it figured it out, not because I was winning. I kept going because the goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to keep going. And if you're in a month like mine right now, if you're exhausted, behind, and questioning everything, I want you to hear this. You just have to get through the first 20. That's the foundation. That's where everything starts. That's what I teach. That's what I know. And that's what I'm still living. If you're ready to build yours, go to Food Fitness DC, and I'll meet you there. I'm Coach Ron. I'm gone.
What's up? It's your boy Drizzy Drake, and you are now rocking with Pain.